Hey guys, it's Miss Lawson. I am in my little art studio at my house, and I wanted to come on here and I want to talk about painting procedures. So if you don't know, this is my friend Tippy. My friend Tippy is very important. He is going to help us learn all the parts of our paintbrush. Now, your Tippy doesn't look like this. It's not that big. It may be red and it may be green. So Tippys come in all different shapes and sizes. These are the most two common ones you're going to be using in the art room. This one's called a round Tippy. This one is a flat Tippy. So they do come, and flat has many different sizes. So we are going to be using these two mainly. Today we are using the red one. So your Tippy is going to be a red one. Now, the different parts of our Tippy. This is very important. Okay? The red part, this is called the handle. You got a hand. So this is where your hands should be on your Tippy. Now, you're not holding it with both hands. Yours is not this big. But you have the handle, and that is where your hands go. Now, there is a metal part to Tippy. Mine's silver. Yours is gold. This is called the, are you ready for this? Danger zone. We don't want to touch the danger zone. This is where paint may be. Also, his hair. This is also the danger zone. We don't want to put our hands in Tippy's hair. That is where paint is, and if you're putting your hands all in the danger zone, you're going to have paint all over your hands. So we want to make sure that our hands stay on the handle and not in the, what is this called? Danger zone. So make sure that you are looking at your Tippy and you have your red handle. There's a plastic rubber thing. You can't put your fingers on that. The gold metal in the hair, again, what is that called? Danger zone. So make sure that your hand is on the handle and not on the danger zone. So it's very important that you use Tippy correctly. Please make sure that you are not taking the hair and rubbing it all over your skin. Our skin has dirt and oil that we can't see on it. So if you're taking the hair and brushing it all over your skin, all those dirt and germs all over your skin are now in Tippy's hair. And if Tippy's hair gets too crazy, he has to go to the hair salon. I don't know if you know, but Tippy's hair salon is called the trash can. So please make sure that your fingers and your paint don't get your fingers all up in the danger zone. We want to keep it away so we keep Tippy's hair nice and fresh. His dew needs to stay nice and fresh. Again, tell me, what is this part called? Hope you said handle. The metal in the hair, we call this the danger zone. So make sure that we are using Tippy correctly, because if Miss Lawson sees you using Tippy incorrectly, I have to take your Tippy away. And if you don't have a paintbrush, you can't paint with us. So we are going to jump into color. We are going to jump into our primary colors, and we are going to learn how to take Tippy and paint. We're going to learn how to dip them. We're going to know how to clean them. So I'm going to move to my painting table, and we are going to get Okay, we are going to be working on our color wheel. Now you have your painting mat. It's going to be underneath your paper. Please make sure that your paper is on top of the painting mat. If you know, Miss Lawson does not use water in her classroom. So we are going to be using the painting mat to clean off our brush. Everybody should have a red paintbrush. Remember, your hands should be on the handle and we're not touching our danger zone. Now on your painting tray, you're going to see our three primary colors: yellow, red, and blue. The tops should be on. Please do not take the tops off the paint till Miss Lawson instructs you to take the tops off the paint. So make sure you have all your materials. If you do not have a paper or a brush or paint, please raise your hand and let Miss Lawson know. We are going to start with our primary: yellow, red, and blue. Please make sure that you know which one we're going to. We're going to point to the first one, and then we're going to get started. So we are going to start with the weakest color. If you don't know, yellow is our weakest color. Please point to the circle that says yellow. Now, once I've checked to make sure we're all ready to paint on the yellow circle, then I'm going to ask our table captain to carefully pick up the yellow, pop the top off, put the top to the side, put the yellow back. Now, we are going to make sure that we dip our brush correctly. When we dip, we want to make sure that we go straight down and up into the paint. We don't want to scoop it. We don't want to stir it. That may mix our paint up, and we don't want to mix the paint in our cup. We want to mix it on our paper when we get there. So we're only going to make sure the hair is going to go in the paint. So when Miss Lawson tells you, I'm going to tell you to dip your brush. So make sure you are holding the handle. Make sure that you are all over the yellow, and you're going to go down into the yellow and back up. Down. My paintbrush is new. And up. And you can see paint is on the danger zone, so I don't want to touch it. Then I'm going to find my yellow dot, and I'm going to paint yellow over the word yellow. Now, remember, we're not washing our brush off, so I'm going to take my brush on my paint mat, not on my paper, and I'm going to wipe off all that yellow. Now, we're going to keep the top off. We don't want to cover it up because we're going to come back to it. The next strongest color is red, so please make sure that you are pointing to the red dot before we begin. Once I've checked to make sure everybody's on the red dot, our table captain will then pick up the red, and they're going to carefully pop the red top, put the top to the side, put the red paint back. Now, just like we did, we want to take our brush, go over red. You're carefully going down and up, making sure you have red, and we're going to paint red over the word red. Once you've got it, wipe it off onto your mat. Now we're moving to blue. Please point to the word blue, making sure that you know exactly where we're putting the blue paint. Table captain, I will then tell you, pick up the blue, pop the top, put it with the others, put your blue down. Again, everybody get your tippy ready. We're going to go over the blue, down the blue, pick it up, make sure you have blue paint, and paint the blue circle blue. Once you're done, wipe off onto your paint mat. Now we are ready for our secondary colors. This is where we take our primary yellow, red, blue, and we make orange, purple, green. So you have to make sure that you're looking and listening very carefully. We are going to be going to the small dots. These are the ones in between. Please take your finger and point to the word orange. O-R-A-N-G-E. Orange. Miss Lawson's going to check to make sure everybody is on orange before we move forward. Now, once we find orange, if you look up, what primary do you see? Red. Go back to orange. If you go down, what primary do you see? Yellow. So the two colors that make orange are going to be yellow and red. Say it with me. Yellow and red. Now it's very careful and very important that when we dip, we have to dip the lightest color first. So we're going to be going to yellow, then we're going to move to red. This is called a double dip. So you need to make sure you watch Miss Lawson before we actually dip. We're going to be doing yellow, and then Miss Lawson's going to show you how to get a little bit of red. So please do not dip until Miss Lawson tells you to go. So watch me first. I'm going to go yellow, then I move over and get a little red. I should see a little red and a little yellow on my brush. Find the word orange, and then I need to mix. And you should start to see the color orange. Now, take your brush off, clean it off your paint mat. The second secondary is purple. Please point to purple. Make sure everybody knows where the purple dot is. If you take your finger and you move up, what primary color do we see? Red. If you go back to purple and move down, what primary color do we see? blue. So to make the color purple, we're going to mix red and blue. Say it with me, red and blue. So please listen again. You're going to watch Miss Lawson. I'm going to be doing red, and then I'm going to straight to blue. Blue is a very strong color. You do not need a lot of blue. Watch me first. I go red, move over, a little bit of blue. So I have two colors on my brush. Then I mix it on the purple dot. Now, it is a little red, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wipe my brush off. Then I'm going to add a little bit of blue on top, and I should start to see more purple. Now be careful. You can see I have a little yellow in my red paint, but as long as I'm going down and up and not stirring, it won't mess up the paint. So it's always very important to move your brush down and up, not stirring the paint. Okay, everybody point to green, making sure that you've wiped your brush off. Make sure your brush is clean. Green, if you're pointing to green, double check. Make sure we are all pointing at green. If you move to the left, what primary color do you see? Yellow. If you move to the right, what primary color do you see? Blue. So to make green, we have to use yellow and blue. Say it with me, yellow and blue. Again, yellow is the lightest color. We're going to be dipping yellow first, then getting a little tiny bit of blue. Double check, make sure your brush is wiped off. Again, watch Miss Lawson first. Yellow, move it over, a little blue. Sometimes it doesn't get on there. Make sure you get blue, but don't stir the paint in the cup. And then we're going to mix it on the green, and you will see green. Then make sure that you wipe your brush off. So we have done our color wheel, and our color wheel is yellow, red, blue are the primary, orange, purple, green are our secondary. So for us to clean up, please listen. Table captain, you're going to get your tops. You're going to carefully snap them back on, all three of your colors. If you're the supply manager, you're going to collect everybody's tippy. Please make sure that you're grabbing the red handle, not the danger zone. And you're going to put them back in our paintbrush house. Everybody else, please listen to directions to what to do with your paint mat and your artwork.